High rates and low inventory. Why it could be the best time for buyers to buy a home right now in this market. Here are some of the benefits when buying when interest rates are high and inventory is low. So when interest rates are higher, you're going to pay more for a house, at least temporarily. That usually curbs people wanting to buy homes. They don't rush in so fast because they're going for a high monthly mortgage payment. So it tends to have everybody sit on the sidelines a little bit more. So if you're prepared for the opportunity, you can go right into it. Once you have the home that you really want, you know you can always refi at a later date to get that lower mortgage that you really want. Less competition from other buyers. When you have lower inventory and the rates are a little bit higher, you're going to have overall less competition. It's going to help you in negotiating. It's going to help you when you present your offer because there's going to be less overall competition in that market. So when you're going to look for homes, if you're truly prepared and you put that offer out there, you're going to have a little bit more reason to, or negotiation power to get a lower purchase price or maybe a better rate down the road. Potentially higher appreciation. So when those rates actually do come down, appreciation's going to rise. Keeping inflation to the side, owning property is going to help you no matter what. Because inevitably, when those rates go higher, you're locked in the house, you have a cheaper rate. But when they do come down, you're going to have the opportunity to refi. The home is going to appreciate at an even higher level, and it's going to give you more equity and more options later down the road. This is also because when those rates come down, buyers are going to be able to afford to borrow more money again. So when buyers have more ability to borrow money at a cheaper rate, it's going to mean the house that you bought during this time is going to appreciate and be even more valuable. So there's always going to be reasons not to make the decision. Here are some of the cons with higher interest rates and lower inventory. Higher monthly mortgage payments. When you lock it at a higher interest rate, that's compared to what it was a couple years ago. It could be even higher in a year or two from now. We don't know. All you know is right now when you sign up for that mortgage, it's going to be 30 years. It's a significant expense for most of us, the largest one we make in our lifetime or our families. So you want to make sure that you're able to pay that month over month. If times are good, if you might get laid off, if times get bad, you're signing up for the long haul. You definitely don't want to go into a mortgage with a high payment or an interest rate that you can't afford. You're going to have less flexibility in choosing a house in a lower inventory market. You might have to compromise. Trying to get your dream house out of the gate or find everything that checks off every box when you have to pay the rates in a low inventory market might not be possible in the area that you're looking in. Do your due diligence, make sure you're looking at the trends, how much is available, what potentially is coming on the market, and essentially what's available is what you're going to have to go after. Increased risk of higher interest rates. In a market where interest rates seem to just be getting higher and higher and higher, you run the risk that if you go look for a house, that those rates can keep rising. So you want to make sure you lock in sooner than later if you think that rates are going to continue to go up. Make sure that you're dealing with someone, whether it's a mortgage professional or doing your research online, getting yourself locked into the rate that you can actually afford, and you know that there's a potential that if those rates continue to rise or things don't go right with your credit or whatever it is that you're looking for, you could just be paying a rate that you're uncomfortable or might be too high than you initially thought. So we always come at you with the bonuses. Here's some additional tips to consider when buying in a market just like this. Your financial situation. Look, we all strive to have the best financial situation possible, but be realistic where you actually stand and make sure you're fitting your budget and what you can do in terms of the house that you could get out of the gate in this kind of a market. Your needs and preferences. In the end of the day, you know best. Finding the house that's going to fit your needs and be the best option for you in the area that you want to be is what you want to have your primary focus on. Your long-term plans. Buying a home should be considered a long-term investment that you stay in for many, many years. So the market, what it's going to do on a micro level or what's it going to do month over month shouldn't be the biggest concern in buying real estate. It should be year over year or season over season or the interval and changes of your life. Real estate's always going to be a great option in buying for the future and holding long-term. It's going to give you the ability to gain equity, have options, and really put improvements into something that you call your own. In the end of the day, the long-term appreciation and upside is really going to outweigh your short-term challenges. So overall, buying in this kind of a market with low inventory and high rates is going to be a complex decision. Arguably, in buying a house or any real estate for a significant amount of money for the long term should always be one. But take these tips and tricks, pros and cons, use them, take it to your own personal situation, and see if it's going to be the right fit for you to pull the trigger. So whether you're coming into SoCal, maybe leaving to another destination across the US, we'd love to be able to help you. If you need a second opinion or anything we can do to help, we'd love to be able to be a resource for you. Once again, feel free to reach out, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you again for tuning in, and see you soon.